Yeah. Okay. Hello. Hi, all of you. I'll be covering the entire HTML concept in this class. So we will be not covering the entire concept which we are not required for the application purpose. So here we are going to cover the some of the topics which is required and which you see that repeated time of code at all time. Where you go, where you can if you refer any website, if you refer any type of assignments, you would see that whatever the concepts I would teach, those concepts you would see that number of times it got repeated. Okay, so here I would like to tell you that the basic what we say the basic building block of our web application, which is that HTML, which we use it for writing the code and writing the text and uploading the videos, uploading the images for this purpose. Okay, here I will be sharing my screen. Just have a look, and I hope you are seeing the screen, right? And I will take you that normal document. I will create a new folder here. Here I'm writing that HTML folder inside of HTML folder. So you would see that I think all of you, I hope that all of you are using the Chat GPT and all of you are using this GitHub account, and also as well as all of you are using this Visual Studio Code, and some of you are using the Eclipse tool, right? So I will be taking you that I'll be taking you if I have any doubts. If you have any doubts specifically, parallelly I will be taking you to the Chat GPT and I'll try to explain you very clearly. Okay, here I'm not telling you that I won't refer Chat GPT. So for education purpose, for learning purpose, for teaching purpose, the person we can refer the chat GPT. Mainly we can't follow it. Okay. And what are those? I will tell you. Look at here. So here I will create a text document, one normal text document. I'm writing here task one. Okay, and it's not task one. It's right. It's like okay. I'm writing task dot text document. So instead of this text document, I'm maintaining that one tracking notes instead of this. Look at here. So here I will be teaching that HTML, uh, HTML about the HTML. So we know that HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Hypertext Markup GUAG. So all of us we know that HTML is a hypertext markup language. So by telling you this, you people won't know what is hypertext markup language, what is hyper is refers to, and what is text is refers to, what is markup is refers to, right? So hypertext is markup language is nothing but it is used to define that web application. It is used to define the web application here. Could you hear my voice, guys? Could you hear my voice?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So look at here. So I will take you to that one Microsoft browser and I'm typing here ChatGPT website. Okay. And use ChatGPT for education purpose. I'm not referring the, don't refer this website for blindly to copy this code and copy the website content, everything. So here just I'm typing that what is HTML. I hope you can understand the English and whatever the things it is saying. It is very simple English. You can understand it. You can see this hypertext markup. HTML stands for hypertext markup language and is a standard language. It is used to design the web applications. Web applications is nothing but so what you see here. So this is the screen, right? So this is the web application browser, and here you can see that HTML overview, and here you can see that Chat GPT logos, and you can see that some text. So these are the user interface. We use this hypertext markup language to build the user interface. User interface. What we see that what we see here text, what we see here color, everything is built up with HTML, HTML and CSS. Got it? And in further class, I will be teaching you that what is the thing about the CSS. In this class, I will be teaching you only HTML. So we use this HTML to design some website. Okay. So look at here. So if I go to the Java compiler here, if I go to here Java compiler online, you can see that one boilerplate code. You can see here one boilerplate code. Boilerplate code is nothing but what are the default code you can see here. Like default code is you can see here class, you can see here main method, public static environment. So wherever if you go to the C compiler, you can see the default code of my C compiler, right? So here the default code of your C compiler, you will be having some header files, you will be having some main method and return these all things. As well as you, if you go to the Java compiler, you will be getting some default code, right? So though that default code I'm calling it as that default code, I'm calling it as boilerplate code. So as usual, as usual, my HTML code also have some boilerplate code to execute. Okay, so here in this class, I'll be taking you to that Visual Studio Code, which all of the people is following to build some web applications. Even if you know that React JS, even if you know CSS, HTML, people are building using Visual Studio Code tool. Okay, here I have downloaded one Visual Studio Code tool, and here I'm taking off this class and everything. So imagine I have one random Visual Studio tool inside of my desktop. So here I'm creating here I'm creating one. No, I have created the one new document which is with the title with HTML document. So I will delete this. I will delete this everything. Look at here. Let me take one new thing, or else I will create one more new document. Look at here. So here I'm creating one new more new document. I'm naming it as HTML. Okay. So whatever the files I will be creating, what are the HTML files I will be creating, I would like to save inside of this folder. Okay. I'm entering this folder, and before this, make sure that and refer some YouTube videos, or if refer some anything videos if you have, and try to know that how to install the Visual Studio Code, and what are the extensions it is needed. Okay. In my desktop already I have downloaded my Visual Studio Code. Okay. And here if you click on right click, you will be having that one option open with code, Visual Studio Code. Okay, click on this option, and after opening this Visual Studio Code, you will get the one interface like this. And now it is pointed, my Visual Studio Code is pointed to my HTML folder. So instead of this HTML folder, I would like to create one new I would like to create one HTML file. So if you want to imagine, if you want to save any Java file, if you want to save any Java file with the extension, you would save with the extension .java. So as well as if you want to save any HTML file, you have to save with the extension of HTML. So here I'm giving my file name as index, for example, and I'm saving with the extension of .html. So .html uh, will define to my web application or browser. It is a HTML file. Display whatever the content you are writing inside of this file. It will display to my web browser. That is a content. That is a thing. It is going to convey to my web application or web browser. So if I save this with the with the index.html, so it will be reflected to my that folder. Look at here. So you can see that instead of my HTML folder, I have index.html. So what are the things I'll be creating here, what are the things I'll be creating here, those things will be reflected, those things will be saved inside of my HTML folder. And look at here. So as you see here, we don't have any boilerplate code. So if I open Java compiler, if I open any C compiler, you would see that some random boilerplate code, right? Some random code, default code, and as well as my HTML file also have some boilerplate code which you won't see at first. So if I want to get this boilerplate code of my HTML, you have to type here HTML. So if when you typed HTML, automatically it will suggest me to import this boilerplate code, and just scroll on this, and here you can see that HTML column 5, and just click on this, and you can see this the default code of my HTML. This is the thing, and I will be saving this. And after this, you have to say what we say. you have to download some extensions which we required to run this application or run this file. Okay, what are those extension means? Go to this section and try to download HTML preview, and try to download live server, and try to download open in browser. Okay, and we required the basic things we required to run my HTML file. We require this open browser extension, live server extension, HTML server extension. If you want to install any CSS extension, just type here CSS, and you would see that CSS related things will get here. And if you want to install particular CSS extension, you can click on this install button. Automatically it will be installed and it will be reflected to your file. Okay, so here in my Visual Studio Code I already have downloaded it. So if you haven't downloaded it, and just go through and download these three things first. And we don't require this HTML preview, we require only HTML live server and open in browser. These two things we require. And look at here. So uh, whenever you see that, here we have HTML opening tag, and at bottom we have HTML closing tag. And the closing means you have to give here forward slash. Okay, and as well as here you have a head tag, here you have a head closing tag, and as well as you have a body tag here, and you have a body closing tag. So whenever you want to close that tag, so we define that it is a tag because of you are opening with the angular bracket. You're writing something attribute, predefined attribute. You are closing with the angular bracket. So whenever you close that, it means that the tag is started here, the tag is ended here, and as well as the head tag is started here, the head tag is ended here. Instead of my head tag, we have some predefined tags. I will tell you about this. What are these, and what is meta, what is title, everything. And here we have started HTML tag. Here we have started HTML tag, and here we have ended the HTML tag. You can see that. Okay. Here we have started HTML tag, and here I have ended HTML tag. Means instead of my HTML tag, I have body tag, I have title, I have head tag, and also have a title tag. Title tag which is inside of the head, Okay, if you want to end the tag, you have to do here slash. You have to close like this. Okay, and imagine I'm writing something inside in this code. Look at here, and I'm writing h1. H1 means heading one. Okay, I'm writing my name, KAKHIB, keep hello. I'm writing something here. I'm saving. If you want to save this program, just press on Control S. Okay, and here just click on right click, just to click on right click. So if you have installed a live server previously, it will suggest you this option, open with the live server. Just click on open with the live server. You would see that Akhib hello content. Got it? So this is what I would like to tell you. Just a minute. I will swipe this thing to this side. Have you noticed this? Okay. So H1 is nothing but heading one. Totally, you have that six type of headings. So if I write here H2, if I give the same thing here, the same thing, you can notice that so previously I have some big letter, it's like a big size letter, and after that I have some small size letter. It means that heading one means nothing but you're going to define your letters at bigger size, in bigger size, with a height, with a bigger height. Okay, and if you want to likewise we have as it is, likewise we have a heading 3. Okay, so make sure that if you are opening any tag here, you have to make sure that you have to close this tag. Okay, and same content I'm giving here, and I will save this again. I will go back. You can see this Akib hello. So h3 is nothing but the size and the height of my content will be smaller than my h2. So if I want to get the same content smaller than my H3, then you have to go through H3 H4, which will be a smaller than my H3. Got it? And as well as you will be having till H5 H6. You'll be having till H5 H5 and H6, and I'll show you H6 also parallelly. Okay, and don't bother about this head, and don't bother about this metadata title everything. I will be discussing about this head, and we'll be discussing about this title everything in later. Just focus on this body. What are the body, what are the things you are mentioning, what are the things you are mentioning within the body, those things will be displayed. What are the things you are displaying in within the body, those things will be displayed on my web browser. Okay, on my web browser of the content. Got it? So you can see that here I have mentioned h1 h2 h3 till my h6. You can notice that if I mention h1, you can see bigger size letter with bigger height. And as similarly, this is h2, and this is h3, h4, h5, h6. What if I mention h7, which is not in my count? So if I mention H7, you can notice that it is printing like a it is just printing like a para. It is not just printing. It is not giving priority to my smaller than this, because of H7 is not exist. We have only H6 tag, and you have that one doubt. What if I don't mention this closing tag? What if I don't mention this closing tag? What would happen? Look at here. So you can notice that if I don't mention this closing tag to my all heading tags, if I don't mention this closing tags, you can notice that we can see that same type of content. We won't just a minute. It is we'll save it. Okay. So if you see that if we don't enclose that if we don't close that heading tag, it is not suggesting me it is not suggesting me that any kind of error, right? So it is not a good practice. Sometimes if you don't close the tag, you would face some errors while building some application, while some running some application. If you don't enclose the tag, don't enclose these tags like this, you would face some errors. What if I don't enclose this body tag? Look at here, I don't want to enclose this body tag, just I'm saving this. You can see this. I'm refreshing this. Just a minute. uh, so here, if you don't enclose this body tag, you would face the error. So it is not showing the error in this case, because of I have initiated the live server, and that is the reason, I think. And these are the headings tags. Okay. And after that you have that bio tag. Look at here. uh, just a minute. And also you have I'm taking off this. I think you have got to know that what is a heading tags and what are the different kind of heading tags are available. And after that we have one para tag. Para means nothing but whatever the para. Para is nothing but in books you read some paras, content of paras. So it is, if you want to define, if you want to write some paragraph, if you want to give some paragraph to your web application. So if I enter any website, like this, I'm going to enter into Accenture website. So in this website, if you enter, you can see this different kind of paras. So this is the thing para. Okay, this small kind of thing is para. Okay, in this website, these thing, the letters, the what are the letters, text is there. It is built with HTML, and these colors, what you see, these colors and these images is built with CSS. Okay, here what are the thing you are seeing? It is in the this is the para. Okay, and this is the like a heading, or it can be a highlighted para. You can see here, not in this essential website. If you go to another website, uh, just click on anything. You can see that everything. This is a para. So if you want to give, or if you want to define like that para, just come back and just write here para tag, p tag, and enclose with p tag. Within that p tag, just write some content. So to give some content, I'm giving predefined letters. So lorem. So just type on lorem. Lorem is nothing but which will give you that some default content. If we don't give any content by default, it will provide some random content for you. Okay, I'm saving this, and if I go to this web application, open with live server. If you go to here, if you see here in in web browser of Google, you can see here this is printing like a para. Got it? So as it is, if you want to define like this para, you have to refer this para tag. Okay, and if I give here spaces like this, if I give spaces like this, if I give spaces like this, could you see that same kind of spaces at my? Could you expect that same kind of spaces at my web browser? So here I have started. Okay, here I'm ending with my para tag. Okay, within this para tags you have to write the content whatever the content you have, you can write your name also, and as well as you can write your story, you can write your famous stories, whatever you need. Okay, and if I save this code, and if I go to back here, if I refresh this, you can see that here we haven't got the same kind of spaces. So here I have provided some spaces after consecutor. I have provided next space, and here also I have provided next space. If you go to here, you can notice that here it is not getting any next space errors, next space next lines. Okay, after consecutor, the rest of the things it is not printing in the next line. Got it? If I want it to print in the next line, just what you want to do here is just you have to give here br tag. Okay, breaking tag. BR is nothing but breaking tag. So if I go back here, you can see here. So after consecutor, I have defined BR tag. BR tag is nothing but which will break after that content of the line, or after that content of the line, anything. Okay, if you have any image, if you have any videos, anything. Okay, and as well as if you want to break the content from here, if you want to break the content from here, you can refer this prior tag multiple times wherever you need it. You can see that changes to my web application. Got it? So as well as if you define the beer tag here as well, you will get in sequence order of para. Got it? So based on your requirement, based on your design of the HTML application, you can define like this. Got it? And the next thing is if you want to if you, after breaking this line, look at here, after breaking this line I want to give some horizontal line. Then you have to give here hr 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 is nothing but which will put you that horizontal line after this content. Okay, so if I say this program, if I can take you to the back, you can see that you have got this some horizontal line. As well as I can arrange it in a sequence order. And if I have here one more hr, it will put one more horizontal line after this content. After printing this content, it will put one more hr. So you can notice that for this br we don't have an enclosing tag, and for hr also we don't have enclosing tag. Okay, and also as well as make sure that this is the heading. For heading tags and for para tags, you must have to mention that closing tags. And for br tags, for hr tags, we don't have any enclosing tags. Okay, and here also I will give that hr. Let's see that what would changes we can see here. You can see that multiple horizontal lines got reflected here. Have you noticed that? So this is a thing we can mention wherever we need this HR tag. We can mention there as well. Got it? And also, uh, if you want to print this content bold, okay. Let me tell you one thing. I will write here bold, and you have bold tag here. I'm writing hello. Okay. Just I'm going back to my browser. You can see here, hello got printed. Hello got printed in bold text. In bold text. Have you noticed that? So B is nothing but B tag is nothing but B refers to bold. Okay, bold means nothing but your text will be printed in thick manner, in a thick formation. Okay, with having some weight and having some thick kind of text. Okay, having some bigger size. Bigger size is nothing but it will highlight that text with the darkest color. Okay, as well as if you want small b, you can mention it there. It won't go for say case sensitives. You can notice that if I refresh this code, you can see that same kind of content got printed. No matter if you have bigger type of text b or if you have smaller type of text b, it won't bother about this, and it will just look the syntaxes. Your HTML will just look the syntaxes. Your web browser will check for the syntaxes, what kind of tag it is mentioned. No matter no, the if you mention here capital B, if you mention here capital B or small b, no matter, it will convey the to my web browser same meaning. Okay, and if you want to print the same content in italic formation, italic. Okay, I'm writing here hello again. You can go back here. You can see that hello got printed in italic format. Italic format is nothing but it is a the letters having with the different format, having with a different format. Okay, if you go to Word document, you would see that Times of Roman format, and you would see that cursive format. You would see that different kind of format. So among those formats, this is a one kind of format. Your text will be printed in italic formation, italic text. Okay, it will print in italic text format. Okay, and as well as we have underline tags. U. So if I write here hello, if I save this program, you can see that this hello got highlighted. This hello got highlighted, which is underlined with one line. Got it? So for those purpose, we use this U tag, and we should enclose that U tag here. And if I want to mention this hello bold tag within the H1 folder, H1 heading tag, you can write here H1 within this. You won't get any errors. Okay, if I can mention within the H1 also, and as well as I can mention this italic tag within H2 also. Okay, and if you go back here, if I run this code, you can see the here hello got printed in a H1 formation, and because of this hello content is within the H1 tag. This bold tag content is within the H1 tag. That is the reason the text format got printed in some bigger size, and as well as this hello is H2 tag with this smaller hello tag is within the H2 tag. You can notice here this hello, we haven't mentioned any H2 or H3 tag anything. This is just like this. Okay, if I want to mention the underline tag to my bold tag, you can mention, just you have to mention at outer level. Okay, if I want to mention this and underline to my hello tag, which is within the h1 tag, u tag, and anything you can mention. You can see that these bold text within the h1 folder and within the u folder. U folder means it will highlight this text within the. It will highlight this text and it will underline this text. Okay, and for this we don't require. We won't mention within the within the tags within the tags. It's not required. And the next thing is we have that we have that totally in HTML. The main concepts of HTML, we have to learn some of the tags. Tags are important. First thing is tags are important. The next thing is forms are important, and the next thing is lists. Lists are important, and we have that in tags we have a two different categories. The first one is a semantic tags, and the second one is a non-semantic tags. I'll tell you what is a semantic tags and what is non-semantic tags. No need to worry about that. And we have a list and we have a tables also in HTML, which is required at every time. Okay, and we have that. That's it. That's it. Okay, these are the main contents of my HTML. If we learn these all concepts, these are the necessary concepts which you need to learn. Okay, and look at here. Go back. If I inspect this h1 folder, let me go back and let me inspect this. Just click on right and just inspect this, and you can see here we have a predefined code, which means whatever the code I have written here, this code I can see at my browser. Okay, no matter, you can go to any website like this. If I go to a website, if I go to website, any website, if I go to AWS, or if I go to, okay, if I go to AWS website, if I enter into this website, I will search Amazon here. If you go to this website, you can see that there are a lot of logos is there. There are a lot of shopping carts and shopping pictures is there. If I, you can inspect these images also, this website also. Just click on right click. Just do a right click and you can go to inspect option at the last, and just click on this. You can see that code, entire code of this website, whatever they have written. And this code is already they use that bootstrap code. They also used here React.js. These are the HTML code which they have written, and these are the sources. Means they have written this code in these folders. Okay, and you can inspect this also, whatever they needed. We will go to the body section. Okay, here is the body. Okay, uh, yeah, you can see here, and these are the skips. These are the images, and these are the images of this section. Okay, and we have different type of scripts tags. We have the images tags here, and these are, we won't understand that previously. And we'll go to our designing website here, and I'll inspect this website as well as. So you can see here the code which I have written. What I have written this code, you can see that code here. See, this same code, the same code I have written here. Like I have written here BR tags, and I have included h1 tag. I have included para tag, everything, right? So those code you can see here as well at application level. Got it? So this code I have written. So you can see here Akib hello, para tag, para tag, and you can see here HR tag, VR tags. Everything is arranged in a particular format. Okay. So if you point to any tag, that tag will be highlighted. See, the tag is highlighting entire width, and this para also occupying entire width, and also these content also. If I point to any content, that will point to that your cursor will point to that particular content. It will be highlighted. If I point to HR tag, that HR tag will be highlighted. As well as if I point to any BR tag, that BR tag will be highlighted. BR is not exist. And as soon as if you point to any tags, if you point to any content, that will be highlighted, your cursor will be highlighted simultaneously. And if you want to know the network sources, so here instead of my Visual Studio Code, margins are my source here. Instead of the HTML document, I have created the index.html. As soon as you can see the sources here. You can see the sources here. You can see the sources in web application. What are my sources? My source is index.html. The same file I have created here, index.html. So this index.html file I can look from here, I can see from here. Got it? And as soon as if you go to Amazon website, if you try to inspect here, if you try to inspect from here, if you go to sources, you can see that they have created these many folders. They have used here Amazon services, and they have used here some folders. If I open any folder, you can look here some kind of folders we have here. Okay, if I open this folder, you can see that these are the uh, all the files they have defined to build this application. Instead of this folder, you have images folders. Instead of this images folders, you have many folders. Instead of that, do you have a images files, as how I created here. Instead of my HTML file, I have index.html, right? So you can copy this, you can clone this entire website. It's very easy. So the matter is you have to learn that, content, how to build it, how to study it. So as soon as I have built here index.html, you can see here sources section by inspecting. Okay. And the next thing is the next thing is in HTML we have a semantics and non-semantic tags. And semantic and non-semantic tags is nothing but I will tell you one example. I'll take you to that chat GPT. So before that, semantic tags is nothing but, I'll tell you one example here. I'll write for semantic tags examples are header, and we have a footer. Okay, for example, I'm telling you. And non-semantic tags is nothing but div tag, and we have span. Okay, and these are the some kind of tags which we use for semantic purpose, and these are the some kind of tags which we use for non-semantic purpose. Okay, I will tell you what are the semantic and what are the non-semantic tags are available. Okay, we'll go to that chat GPT. I'll type here. I'll type here semantic tags and non-semantic tags in HTML. You can see that the definition of the semantic tags. So content is inside the them. Structure more readable, meaningful, both developers, search engine. Okay. So these are the semantic tags. These are the semantic tags. So these all tags are not required. We use some specific kind of tags. Those tags are header. Okay. And now tag we use, header tag we use, section tag we use, article we use, aside tag we use. Okay, and footer tag also we use. Okay, these two tags are not required. So mostly we require that. You can see here now. Okay, So these are the non-semantic tags. These are the non-semantic tags, which is a div and span, bold and italic. These all comes under non-semantic tags. So we use these tags for styling purpose. Okay, for coloring, if you have any design, if you have any colors, if you want to design any color, if you want to add any color for particular container, for particular content, you can refine this div tag. Look at here. Here, I'll be telling you that what is a header tag, what is a section tag, and everything. Just I'll copy this code. I won't copy this code. I'll tell you about this letter. Just have a look on this. I think I hope you understand now. You are understanding this H1 heading tag, and you are understanding these two lines, right? And you are understanding these two lines here. Okay, and I will tell you what is the article tag, what is a section tag, what is a nav tag, what is a header tag, everything I will tell you in detail. No need to worry about that. And I'll go back to my document here, document browser, and we'll go back to Visual Studio Code. Okay, and we have that concept called forms. We'll be discussing about the list here first. Okay, list is nothing but I'm taking off this entire thing. So list is nothing but in list you have a two different kind of topics. The first one is a ordered list, and the second one is a unordered list. Okay, okay. And if you want to imagine, if you want to mention any kind of list, like here I'm writing ordered list. I'm writing ordered list. Okay. If you want to mention any such kind of element instead of the ordered list, you can mention by using li. Here I'm writing some names, Apple, and I'm writing some list of items instead of my ordered list. I'm writing some names, orange. Here I'm writing some name again. I copy this thing. Okay, I'll show you the content. You can see that we have that apple, orange, banana, and which is repeating from one onwards, right? It is repeating from one onwards. So this is typically refers to list. Typically this content refers to list. Okay, and if I want to start this list of items from capital letters, you can mention here type, attribute, and you can give here a. Okay, and you can go back and you can see that which is starting from capital A, capital B, capital C, capital. Or else if I want to start this list of items which should start from small a, I can give here small a, which it would start from small a and small b, small c, small d, like this. You can start like this. Okay, and as well as if you want to start it in a Roman numbers, you can start it like this. Okay, Roman numbers is nothing but Roman number 1, Roman number 2, like this. You can see here Roman number 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it? And if you want to start it in with a particular number, you can start it from with it from particular number. You can give here like this. So if I go back, if I go back here and if I refresh this, it is not starting from particular number. It is starting from the starting number only. The reason is whatever the number we give here, whatever the type we give here. If we give here capital letter, it will refer that capital letter. It will start from the capital letter onwards. Okay. So these are the typically refers to generally refers to uh, ordered list. Okay, if I want to print these content, we have another type of content. These all goes to ordered list, and we have one more thing, unordered list. Unordered list is nothing but I'll take off this. I hope you understand what is ordered list. Another list is nothing but which you don't have any format, which you don't have any numbers, which you don't have any alphabetical counting numbers, anything. Another list, right? Another list. Here I will be mentioning some of the list of items within this another list tag. Li. I'm writing apple. I'll copy the same. I'll write. I'll write orange here. I'll write here grapes. Okay, I'll show you this code. You can see here the format of these apple grapes, apple orange grapes is printed in the sequence order and in proper format. You can see here we haven't got any numbers, we haven't got any roman numbers 1 2 3, we haven't got any alphabetical numbers. Because of this tag is generally is refers to unordered list. Unordered list is nothing but your list of items won't have any numerical values or you any alphabetical values, anything it won't refer. Okay, and like this you can mention like this. And one thing you can notice here, by default, what is the shape of my this dot? What is the shape of my this dot? The shape of this dot is typically in circle, right? If you want to bring this dot in square manner, in square, then you can use that one thing called, just go to W3 schools. I forgot about this. If you want to bring that shape, we can have one thing. I will try to do it. uh, Small type. Yeah, we'll go to W3 schools. I will refer that attribute. Look at here. I'm searching here W3 school website. Go back. I'll write. I'll type here HTML and go back to W3 schools. You can see here there are the lot of concepts which is related to HTML, and these all concepts are not required for building web application. Okay, only specific things are required. These things, all things are unnecessary. We require these media tags, we require this form tags, and we require some of the tags which is inside of the HTML one. Okay, here we will go. We'll refer list tags and we'll refer unordered list, and you can see here another list of items ul and such a things. So if I want to bring you, if I want to bring this circular this circular shape of dot, if I want to bring this one in disk manner, if I want to bring this in square manner, we have some specific type of attribute where you have to use this. Okay, and their names you can see here, disk format, you can bring that in circular format, you can bring that in square format, you can bring that in none format. And then same thing I'm copying here, I'm pasting it over here. I'll paste it over here, same thing, and I'll save this. And now you can notice that here we can bring that shape in square, circle, disk, none, right? I want to bring that shape in square manner. So here I'll go back and I'll type here square, SQ square. Okay, I'll save this. You can notice that at this time these dots, got reshaped, resized with the shape. It got translated from circular shape to square shape. So as soon as you can bring that, you can bring that one using this style attribute, style type column. You can use disk here if you want to bring that in disk manner. If you want, you can use a circle, square, none, based on your choice. Okay, and the next thing is we have completed the list concepts also here. And after we have that, in our HTML concept we have that forms. We'll go to forms later. It is a no, it is a lost concept, and I'll be discussing about the tables. tables here. So basically, when I tell you that, when I ask you about the tables, you can notice that generally my tables, how it will be. My tables will be like in this format, right? Basically, I'll be having my tables like this, right? So basically, I'll be having some rows like this. I'll be having some columns like this, okay, and the table having some name, like it will refer some row number. It will refer some name, heading, name. It will ask you a section if you are studying in college, and it will ask you a marks. So I can enter here roll number of the student. I can enter here uh, name of the student. I can enter here section of the student. I can enter here marks. So this thing is generally refers to the, in my HTML, this thing is called the row this entire row will refer to the heading section, right? This is actually referring to my heading part. This is a heading, this is a heading, and this is a heading, this is a heading. So if you want to define heading part of the section, then you have to refer one tag called data, t t data, or it's a t row or t head, okay. Then you have to write here t head. So if you want to mention the data here, if you want to mention the data here if you want to mention data here, so if I mention any data here, then you have to refer the tag called ed data, okay. And if you want to mention these two tags are important: table head, table data. And other things we have that table row. If you want to mention this entire content within the this one, you have to mention tr, th, td, okay. And to create this kind of table, you have to use the tag called table tag. You have to use table tag, okay. Within this table tag, I would like to create the table like this. First, what you have to do here is just go back and just type here table row. So you can see here this entire row within the one row, right? This entire heading, this row one, roll number, name, section, marks, everything is in within the everything is within the table row, right? So this is all under the table row. So I have to mention this all table data within the table row tag, okay. And come back, and I'll write here tr. Within this table row, I have to mention some table headings. What are they? And this is one heading, this is one heading, this is one heading. There totally I have four headings, okay. And here I'll be writing table heading tag. I'll be writing here roll number, and same I will copy this tag. I'll paste it over within this table row tag, and here I will rename it with roll number to name. I'll write here name to section, and I'll write here marks, okay. If I after, you have just noticed this table data or table row tag is ending here. Within this table row, within this row, how many headings I have? I have roll number, name, section. And this is a tag which is required, which is compulsory if you are creating any table. You can go back here, you can notice that you can see this row and name, section, marks, which is not in the table format. You haven't noticed any table kind of structure like this, okay. If you want to bring this content in table, in table structure, just increase, just mention here style, 1 pixel, border, just mention here 1 pixel. Just mention here 1 pixel for now itself. Just have a look on this how it is printing. Just a minute. Okay, I'll take you to this website and we'll refer for table tags. You can notice here style is they have mentioned style is width is 100%. It's okay. You can notice here some kind of boxes. Every content is mentioned within the boxes, right? So that if you want to mention that kind of box here, then you have to mention here instead of this Visual Studio Code, you have to mention here border 1 pixel, okay, solid black. Just come back and just do here. You can see, you can notice here some kind of table got created. Got it? So as soon as if you want to insert some kind of data inside under this roll number, under this name, if you want to insert any data, you can insert. So just come back here and don't bother about this border what I have written here. Just border is nothing but you are giving 1 pixel of thickness and you are giving solid. You are asking it to give that borders in solid manner, and I'm giving here black. I'll tell you what is the thing here, what I'm doing here. Don't need to worry about that. Just will insert some data. Okay. To insert some data, I'm defining here within the table tag, table row. In table row 2, I'm defining table data. Okay. Within table data, in the inside of this table data, I can mention here roll number. I'm mentioning here roll number is 2.1. Okay. And same table data, I would like to mention the data to my name. I'll mention here name. In this one, I'll mention here section. I will mention here marks. Here I'm mentioning my name, and here I'm mentioning section. Here I'm mentioning marks. I'm mentioning marks 95. Okay, and in the instead of second row, if I go back and if you can see here, 201 archive CSC, this got created table, and as you want, if you can insert a number of data like this. So this is refers to one row, first row, and this tag from just a minute. My video have stopped. Yeah, I'll reshare my screen. Yeah, I hope you are seeing the screen. So as if you want, this table row is started here, is ending here. Within this row, I have mentioned my headings, and the table row, second row I have started. Within the second row, I have inserted the data using the TD tag. Okay, and these particular data will be inserted to this particular heading. Okay, and as soon as if you want, you can insert n number of data like this. A number of data like this within the table tag it should be. Okay, if I go back to my browser, if I see here, you can see that a number of content got printed, and here you can modify the name, roll number, section, whatever you need. Got it? And make sure that if I don't mention, look at here, I have how many headings here? I have four headings. So what if I don't mention any data here to that particular heading? You can see here the data haven't got printed. Okay, and if I miss here uh, data, this data, roll number data, again I go back. If I see here, this octave got translated to my roll number section, and the CSE content translated to got translated to my it is coming under the name heading, right? So if you miss any content which is relevant to this, if you miss any content, that content will be setted over to my first heading part, and the second content will be set it over my second heading part. Make sure that whether if you are inserting any content, you have to accordingly you have to insert. And what if you don't want to insert any content here, just give one blank data heading. You can see here, if you give here some blank data heading, this blank heading is accepting by this header, and this data td header, table data content is accepting by this, and this one is accepting by this. If you want to leave any table as empty, just give empty tag, and within that empty tag just go and don't give any content. Got it? And this is all about the table data, tables. Okay. And if you want to define table row 3, you can define. Okay, this is all row. This is a row 3, and this is a table row 2, and this is a table row 1, and this is a table row 1. Okay, and make sure that your table tag should be created. And you just mention this. I will tell you about this later. No need to worry about that. And this is how you can create. So if I give here two pixel, instead of using giving 2 pixel, 1 pixel, I can, if I give here 2 pixel, you can notice that my borders got translated to a thick size manner. And as well as if I give here, instead of giving 2 pixel, if I give here 5 pixel, you can notice that my borders is getting translated to in very thick size. Got it? And based on this pixel size, it will be translated to that much size, that much thicker size. Okay. So that ball, if I give here red, you can notice that these borders. Okay. Okay. Let's give 5 pixel here. Yeah. Got it. And this is all about the tables. This is how you can define the uh, table rows, table data, and table content, everything. So imagine if you have the content like this. So I want to give this roll number. What if you have content like this? Okay, and these roll numbers comes under these two columns. Within these two columns, I will mention the one data like this. So if you want one example, I will take you to that website. Just go to W3 schools. Go to this W3 schools. You can notice that call span. Go to call span. You can notice that if you want to bring your table of content like this, so you can notice here, you can see here, uh, one row is occupied, one heading of row is occupied two columns, and here one row heading of column is occupied two columns. And if you want to bring this data in this manner, so based on your requirement, if you want to bring the table in this format, then what would you do? Then you have to use the attribute called call span. Using call span, you can bring your table, whatever the content, whatever the size, whatever the customized size you need, you can bring using this call span attribute. Got it? So I will show you an example here. You can see here this call span we have used in here a call span attribute. I will take you to that Visual Studio Code. So look at here, here. I'll write some content 201. Let me write here one thing. I'll take off this. I'll take off this heading. Okay, and I'll take off this heading also. Not this one. Okay, I'll take off this roll number just for to make you understand what is the use of call span. I'm taking off this heading. Okay, I'm saving this program, and I will take you to that website, my our creating website. You can see that. So we have a three kind of sections: name, section, like marks. So I want to bring that name heading folder for two columns. So for the first column of my row, I will insert my initial name, and for the second column of my row, I will insert my last name. Means initial my name. For these two boxes, I need to maintain a single heading. For that, you have to use call span attribute. Call span attribute. So just come here, right here call span, and inside of this call span, just mention two. So because of this heading, you want to call for this name heading is occupying two columns of data. Okay, and here what you do here is just I'll go back. You can see that this name heading is occupied by two columns. Got it? And this section is occupying one column, and this box is also occupying only one column. Okay, so accordingly we'll insert the data instead of this table. Look at here. So here call span name is occupying two columns, right? So here I'll give name. Here I'll give initial sk, and I'll in the second this tag of data is referring this section at this time. These two tags is referring only this heading tag. Okay, and here come here and write here as csc, not csc. This is okay. Right here csc, and give one more data tag, and just write here some marks which is something like 87. Okay, and this same kind of data I'm maintaining to all rows to reduce my time. And for time being, you can give your own data also if you want. Okay, okay, make sure that your data should enclose within the TR tag. Your headings also should enclose within the TR tags. Okay, and I'll go back and I can see here name, and this name heading is occupied two columns. Okay, and this section is occupied this column, this marks is occupied this columns. Got it? That is the use of call span. Come back. So what if I mention this call span to this section? If I mention here 3, what will happen then? If I mention here 3, then what will happen? So then this name heading will occupy 3 columns. You can see here this name is heading is occupying 3 columns. Accordingly, you have to insert the data using TD tag. Got it? This is your work. And also, the next thing is, if you mention the call span, if you mention this call span, not here. If you mention the same call span here, then what will happen? Let me tell you. If I mention the call span here, then what will happen? Then this section heading tag will occupy two columns, right? If I go back, you can see here the section is occupying two columns, particularly. Okay. And what if I mention this same call span to my table data tag? Then what will happen? Then it will happen. This table data tag will occupy two tags. Look at here. You can see here. So for this I have used call span, right? So for this is occupying two columns. Got it? What if I mention same kind of thing to this tag, to my SK tag, then what will happen? This SK heading, this SK data will occupy two columns. Below that, you can see that this SK content is occupying two columns below of that. Got it? So accordingly, you can modify, you can customize your data, your table whenever you need it. Okay, if I mention this call span to this table row, when what will happen? You get here. You can see this. Your table row is occupying two columns. At last, you can notice that. Okay, after marks, you can see that is some empty box, white colored box. So that is actually we won't recommend to use that call span to your table rows. We recommend you guys to use this call span to your table head and to your table data. Okay. The next thing is, yeah, that's it. The next thing is, we'll be discussing about the further HTML class about the forms in the next class. At this time, we'll end this class. And if you have any doubts about the tables, list, and tags, we'll be discussing about this semantic and non-semantic tags in the next class. Okay. Till here, do you have any doubts, guys?
No, sir.